You can't help me. Surprise.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Sub Urban Nerd. This channel I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. I also do movie reviews, and today's movie I'm going to be reviewing is The Invisible Man. Yes, The Invisible Man. I saw the movie. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, if you guys haven't seen any of my reviews, I pretty much give like a quick synopsis of what the movie's about. Then I go into my likes, my dislikes, I give it a grade, then bam, there's your review. So, first I'd like to tell you guys that I generally actually like this movie. I did like this movie. This movie is directed by, I believe it's Leigh Whannell, basically the guy that directed Upgrade. That movie, if you guys want to see the review for that, it's right there. That movie is pretty good. I mean, it's really good actually. And this movie stars Elizabeth Moss, right? Elizabeth Moss. Damn, like tongue twister today. Anyways, so she is the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend of a guy, Adrian Griffin, who is leading in optic technology, right? Genius in a way, but he's abusive boyfriend. She sneaks away from him. She goes with her sister, and she stays at a friend's house of the sister, with the officer, and she finds out a little bit later that Adrian supposedly has died. But then all of a sudden she feels like someone's watching her, or someone's haunting her, and she believes that it's Adrian, and he's cracked the code on how to become invisible, and he's torturing her. And no one believes her, and that she's going crazy. Now this is what the movie actually does great. As far as a horror thriller, there's generally tension and suspense watching this movie. I was watching, when I saw the trailers, I was like, why don't she just grab some powder and just throw it on him? But except the movie is very sneaky and slick with that, because Adrian, I guess, is an invisible man. He doesn't actually make it blatant that he's there. He actually does do little things here and there to make her kind of feel like she's off or something's wrong. And then when she starts saying that she believes that Adrian is alive and he's just invisible watching her, she generally sounds crazy. And I know that since we're watching the movie, we believe her. But if you think about it, if someone came up to you and was like, yo, there's someone watching you, I swear to God, like, but they're invisible, you can't see them, but I know they're there, you're gonna think they're crazy. Me personally, I would just think a ghost. That's just me. You know, I believe in those paranormal things. But generally, I mean, you'd be like, yo, I believe you believe that. But no, this is what the movie, like I said, does great, because Elizabeth Moss, she kills it as far as, like, she generally feels, or she generally acts as if, like, how someone in an abusive relationship, she's very closed off. She's afraid to go out. She's, like, afraid before she finds out that, you know, Adrian is dead, that she doesn't want to go out. She tells her sister not to come to the friend's house because Adrian will follow her, which I guess she was right about that. But this movie did great with OMG moments, like what the F moments. Because normally, you know, you're watching this movie, and of course there were those moments, like I said, I'll go into later, but there was what the F moments where, like, you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of crazy. I wonder if he would try and do, holy shit, he just did that. Or like general things where it just comes out of nowhere, and it's not jump scares like, you know, traditional movies try and do, just throw a bunch of like where they just throw that loud music out of nowhere with the action to jump scare you. This is generally like almost nothing happens. The most tension is in the beginning, where she's just trying to sneak out of the house as quiet as possible, trying to get out. And then when she's in the house alone, generally things like, this is where it excelled, because I tell you what, it has been a long time that I've watched a thriller or a horror movie where I've generally been, paranoid. I didn't realize, because like I gave a little review when I was coming out. It was like B- or something like that. It's something different now, but watching this movie, generally there's tension, there's suspense, there's Elizabeth Moss acting. She kills it as far as Like she generally goes so many different ranges as far as she's scared, she's strong, she knows what she wants, like she's trying to fight back and all this, and then the story is not that bad. Like as far as Blumhouse, and the thing that's crazy is the I guess a studio made this movie for $7 million. That's pocket change for anything. Blumhouse continues to make these movies for dirt change, like for nothing. And then it makes profit of like, say the first, like it'll make like 40 million the first weekend on a budget of 7 million, and then it'll go on to make 100-something million. It's done it for like, what was that movie where the girl kept dying over and over again? You know what I'm saying? It like, or any of these other Blumhouse movies. I believe, was Get Out part of Blumhouse? I'm not even sure, but it wouldn't surprise me. They know how to use their money to the max. And I wish most other studios would do this, but you know, they always be spending way, like call it out, $110 million to make that movie. What is, and the wasted money on CGI dog when they could literally just get a dog. Blumhouse knows how to do their movies, and I know I'm going off a little bit, but that's what I'm just like. Just think about it. This movie was made for $7 million, you know. So this movie was great, a lot of suspense, a lot of action. My negatives is that there are moments where you're like, this girl's stupid. Like she has evidence right there. Why doesn't she just take it with her and show people? Or like you said, like carry stuff in her pocket, powder. But you know, like I said, the movie doesn't give a lot of chances for her to do that. But you do think of some things like, okay, she could have easily just done that. Or some moments where like things happen and you're like, aren't there security cameras like in restaurants? I'm just wondering myself. That I don't know. Just some things just didn't, like, there was kind of plot holes, which is why, kind of like I said, it's gonna get the grade that I give it, right? So after watching this movie, after truly like taking it all in, a little bit later, I'm gonna give this movie a B+, and I'm giving it a B+. Why? Because like I said, generally, like there was a moment after I came back from the movie theaters, I was taking stuff out of my car, putting it inside the house, and it kept going back and forth, in and out. It was windy outside. All of a sudden, like I'm being paranoid. I'm hearing rustling with these bushes, with these trees or something like that, and I'm looking back and forth, and I'm generally paranoid, and I'm wondering why am I, like normally I don't feel that way, but why am I feeling this way? And it's because of this movie. It was this movie. So when I left the movie theater, I was like B- or whatever, but then I was like, you know, like B, but it kind of worked its way up to a B+ because you think about it, they had a lot of OMG moments, and it generally had some good tension and suspense. And though, you know, the way I kind of love the ending. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna give it right now a spoiler right here. That was my review. This is a spoiler because I was asked a question by my cousin. People are wondering if it was really the brother that did it the whole time. It couldn't be. Why? Because there was the will and testament involved if she was deemed crazy that the money would not go through. That's one thing. And then when he went to her, he told her to give her the phone and said, call him if you want to go